The 4 captains and a couple of their soldiers all come upon the cloud. Captain Lindell greets them, brings them all into the captain's chamber along with you guys. You guys sit down, and she says, I will open this meeting. She says, Nocturnal, Burden, Dr. Straw, and Jokester are all needing to attack the estate of the Boorman for atrocities done against Nocturnal. Captains, if you have any questions of the 4 men, please ask them now before we start our planning. And the first one to speak to you guys is Captain One-Eye, Cyclops. He stands about 10 foot. He stands up and he says, Nocturnal, what is it this man has done to you?
He took me captive, performed cruel experiments on me, and he's been doing it to my kind for quite some time. I aim to punish him.
And if we are successful in this, what becomes of his estate?
As far as I'm concerned, all you captains here can split it. I have no interest in his money.
Then I will join you on this quest. You have my ship in my command.
Fair enough.
Sits down. Grayford stands up. He says, So, gentlemen, are you all on board with Nocturnal's thoughts and you want no part of the estates?
I don't care. Not everything's about money.
I agree. Some things are more important than money.
Well, I agree with you, gentlemen. A small stipend or kickback would be appreciated since we will be assisting with the assault. Nothing ongoing or permanent, but a little bit of compensation would be appreciated.
What numbers are you thinking? Dr. Straw, is it?
That is correct. Maybe if we can just have a look at some of the gear implements that they have, and if anything catches our fancy, we can take that with us. As far as the estate itself, I agree with Mr. Nocturnal.
I'm okay with this. Do you have a problem, Mr. Burton?
I was just thinking something different as far as the compensation. I was thinking more along the lines of 4 redheads, 3 brunettes, and 2 blondes.
So you just want women?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I suppose my praise and adoration isn't enough as payment.
No. No, it isn't.
You guys are weak. It's gonna be your downfall.
Seems there's a little rift between you guys, but overall, I'm satisfied with this. I too will help you out with the Bowman.
I can assure you, sir, we may have our disagreements, but our goals are aligned.
Duly noted. Next one, little halfling jumps up on the table. Says, So, you guys want to create a war, a rift. Says, I will lose a lot of money if we take out the Boorman. Says, why should I help the 4 of you?
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Is it better to run a shop, or is it better to provide the supply?
I like you.
Well said, Doctor.
I will help you. I am good with the terms. And he sits down. Captain Elroy stands up. He says, I don't have don't question Nocturnal. I don't question really the other thoughts and wants of the group. But I do want to know stories of the four of you have reached me a couple of times. And it strikes me a little odd. I'm just curious. Do you know why you're here?
Nope.
What about you, Doctor? Do you know?
To be quite honest, no. When we first arrived, it was a surprise to the four of us. We weren't provided with that much information. Now, granted, we were disoriented and didn't ask too many questions. But no, we've been made aware of that there have been multiples of us that have been brought here. Some have survived and some have not. But as to the overall purpose, I do not know.
Interesting. What about you, Nocturne? Do you know?
Afraid I do not. All I know is that anyone who has ever hurt me, my comrades, or variants of us are going on my list. I might suggest if you come across any other variants of this, just leave us alone.
So you're going to punish anybody who's done any ill to the past yous? Is this what you're saying?
I'm gathering that you may have encountered us before.
I've encountered two of you before.
If our paths align now, then the past may be forgiven. But moving forward, I would ask that you leave the rest of us alone.
I think I can do this.
Appreciate that.
Yes. Burden, do you know?
From my understanding, somebody wanted my empire from my home. And so they sent me here because I pay attention to what happened in the first episode. But I digress.
The thing is, Mr. Burden, is that we all came from separate places. And so while you may have had an empire, I certainly did not.
Doesn't matter. Somebody smited me. Somebody was after what I had. I will make them pay for that. And anyone who helps me in my quest will be richly rewarded.
Interesting. I think I will also give you my ship in my aid. With that, he bows and sits down. Captain Lindell stands back up and says, "Okay, gentlemen, you now have 4 ships going into the Borman's estate. Well, 5 including mine. With your ally,
Have you discussed that with the other captains?
I have not yet. But, is there a particular ship you want in a particular area? Now,
Mr. Jokester, do you have a docking preference?
None whatsoever, really? Maybe smaller ship goes in one way, larger ship goes in the other? No? Maybe they can meet in the middle? Nothing? Okay.
Well, I'm glad we nipped this one in the bud.
It's a thing now.
It will always be a thing. Episode 156, it will be a thing.
So stay tuned.